true connection is when two people can be together and like lay down their masks.
When you both walk away from a conversation and you feel like you've been seen and heard by the other person.
I believe we have more shared common ground than we think.
We were already part of this bigger web.
In our finest form, we're all energy, right? We're all vibrations.
Can I vibrate higher with this person? Like, what frequency are they at?
Connection, I think, leads to creation.
Can be built across the world despite the circumstances.
We connect to help each other.
There's more versions of loneliness than there ever has been before. And to me, connection is breaking through that and having people realize, like, you're not alone.
What comes to mind when you hear the word connect?
I mean, just right off the bat.
Yeah. And take your time and do what you got to do.
What comes to mind when I think of the word connect?
Or how would you define it? What does it mean to you?
I mean, if we were talking about it on a people level, it just means like, I would say meeting people with similar energies that you connect with. And connection, I think, is so much deeper than just like making a connection. What does that mean?
Yeah, I like that. I like where you're going.
Making a connection.
Yeah.
What does it mean when you make a connection with people?
What does that mean? See, I've pondered this. This is a good question, see?
I mean, I think initially I would have said that you just like somebody, the simplistic answer, but I think it's so much deeper on that than that. I think that connecting with people is again much more on like a quantum level. Mm-hmm. Not to get woo woo, but I think
do it.
The energy, in our finest form, we're all energy, right? We're all vibrations. So I think when you truly connect with somebody, that it has something to do with that realm of matching the vibration of somebody and energy and
frequencies.
And frequencies and stuff like that. So
I'm with it. So
what's it mean to you?
Oh, what does it mean to me?
Yeah.
It's similar to what you're saying. It can mean so many things on so many different levels. I'll say for me, when I thinking about connect or connection, I kind of think about the opposite too of disconnect, right? And so what is it, if there's a disconnect, what is that? Like what's being deprived or what is it that's wrong in the connection? And so I think that a connection is becoming, how do I say it? Just uniting to create, to make it simple. I think connection leads to creation, like creation of friendships, relationships, creation of families, creation
beautiful
of
moments.
Yeah, beautiful moments, creation of communities, creation of art, creation, whatever. Connection, I think, leads to creation.
You ever had a connection with somebody where you feel like you just couldn't describe why you had the connection, but you just felt like drawn to people? Not in a weird way or like a relationship level way.
No, like why is this person my friend? Because they're totally the opposite of me. You know what I'm like, right? Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think we are already connection. Mm-hmm. We were already part of this bigger web. Mm-hmm. We just came down here to live in this small little body and see what it feels like to be independent and by ourselves. But we always came from love and connection. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is our source.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
Is connection.
That's what we are,
That is.
It's part of the bigger, blossom.
Yeah.
The bigger lotus blossom.
The giant lotus blossom.
Yeah, we're just little petals.
I love it.
Individual petals.
I think you're absolutely right about that. I think we are connection. I asked my last guest, Austin, and we were talking about it, and he flipped it on me. I wasn't expecting anybody to flip it on me, and I was like, I feel like connection is creation, and I feel like I'm kind of in that ballpark. What you're saying.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel you. Like, we've always been connection.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, we're like the little spider web, and it just goes from microcosm to macrocosm.
I was thinking about it because I watched your
Yeah.
first episode, and I was like,
Thank you.
And I still don't have an answer.
You don't? Really? It's okay to not have an answer if you. I don't want to pressure you.
I think everybody's version of connection is just their own opinion of it. What they connect in a way that's valuable to them,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only way. Sometimes some people are willing to connect. So for me, like I connect really well in the fitness world and
Mm-hmm.
the business world, and some people like really need that girlfriend or that guy friend. That's where their connection matters the most to them. So they're going to focus on those connections. So I think everybody's a little bit different, and I just I like imagine myself. I watch people from the outside.
Okay, so you're like an observer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you tend to like stay to yourself. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Like you have a shell.
Yeah. I don't always let everybody in because I'm like,
Okay. All right. So for you, connection is like a huge deal, because if you let your walls down, that really means something for that person, because you're kind of like you're being vulnerable, so to speak.
yeah.
Okay. So then
My husband can attest to that. He's like, you don't like anybody. I'm like, well, I like this person and that person.
So then, all right. So I think we can say that the way that you see connection is trust or vulnerability, kind of.
Yeah.
Like you got to trust that person because you're going to be vulnerable to be able to connect to them. And so, but you have to trust them to do that. And that takes, I don't know, it takes time. Does it take some kind of action?
No, it just takes time. Or I've observed you, and if I observe people a lot of times before they know and before they start talking to me and they're thinking everything's great and dandy, and I'm like, I'm still feeling you out. I'm trying to see how you are there, here, like, because I'm a big person. I don't like to connect with people that don't have a genuine honesty to them, because I don't have time for that.
I'm with you.
I don't know. I just don't.
I'm totally with you. I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like I'm you know me, I'm friendly with everybody.
Yep.
But if somebody gives me a reason to be like, I don't know about that person, then it's kind of like they messed up.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that for sure.
If it wasn't for our beautiful connection, I wouldn't be here.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So our connection, human to human, genuine, across the world, digital connection is the very reason we are married. We have a business. We've built this beautiful life for ourselves here. And I don't take it for granted. And I guess I don't want to be overly philosophical here.
If you can be overly philosophical anywhere, it's here.
It's sure, but I am not a philosopher.
Okay.
Myself, but I genuinely want to encourage people to not neglect or marginalize the fact that you can build genuine connections online.
That's what I was going to say.
It's not about, yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, yeah, we tend to, like, me and the past guests, we tend to go on the negative side of the online connection. We did acknowledge that you can connect, but there's just a darker side to it as well.
Look at us. Look at
this is the good side. This is the bright side.
Look at this beautiful relationship we've built. And we kind of did it very seamlessly, naturally online. We started talking, listening to each other. First upgrade was from chat connection to the phone connection.
Yeah, and that was all
phone connection to the video conversations.
Yeah, and that was all we had.
Then I introduced you on Skype to my mom and my sisters. That was gone. Like, that's it.
And that was all we had. We could only get to know each other and talk.
I think that's why we're such best friends now.
Yeah.
Such great friends. Because we started with friendship. And believe me, whenever we've built such a great connection that whenever I picked you up from the airport, I felt the same person.
Yes.
There was no, because sometimes you say, people are building
Mhm.
these relationships online and they meet in person.
They get catfished.
They get catfished or something goes sideways, or people tend to send each other fake pictures. It's insane. It's insane these days, but because we genuinely got fascinated with each other, we build it up. No fakeness. We did say to each other, we're not playing games. So our story taught me that connection can be built across the world despite the circumstances. You don't have to, and I understand that post-pandemic everybody wants to be in person. But online got me a husband and a business partner, so I'm a believer.
We are becoming more disconnected because we are spending more time on these
Our
and
pocket computers.
these and
Yeah.
other devices, and we are entertaining a false sense of connection. Because when you watch a podcast such as this and you feel connected to the host doesn't know you exist. No offense or anything, but I mean, they're on one end. They're on one end of a computer screen watching you. You don't know they're watching you. It's a one-sided connection.
Absolutely.
There's really no connection there because connection requires two ends coming together. And with that being said, people need to make better use of things like Meetup and the Facebook groups and other forms of support groups and stuff to get out there and see a person face to face, look in their eyes, read their body language, and make those real connections.
People are looking for community. They're looking for those people who see them and hear them and validate them. They're looking for, through the pandemic and over the last 5 years, people are like really going more within and going, what is my purpose and what is my meaning and what am I meant to be doing? And, our children are coming in with a completely different mindset. They're a completely evolved human. That's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, yes.
Like we could probably do several of these.
We could.
And we need that connection. We need to be able to reach out because it's kind of fascinating because with the internet and social media, we're more globally connected, right? We know what's happening on the other side of the world in an instant.
Yep.
Whereas like 20, 30 years ago, it's like we had to wait for the news to show it, but now like we can tune into it in a moment's notice. But at the same time that that's happening, people are becoming more and more isolated.
Yes.
And they're becoming there's more versions of alone or being alone or feeling alone or loneliness than there ever has been before. Like, even in the sense of like in conversation, somebody can still feel alone.
Yes.
And feel lonely.
Yeah.
And to me, connection is breaking through that and having people realize like, you're not alone.
I love it.
You're not alone. And, let me show you. Like, even if I'm the only person that you feel like can see you,
you're not alone.
You're not alone.
We're body, mind, soul. So connection has nothing to do with the physical. The physical might get you to pay attention.
Sure.
But it is just that start talking. And I think it's when a connection happens when, as I say something, you say something, the banter keeps going and it grows into something, then there's a connection. If there's just you say something, I say something, awkward silence.
Yeah, there's no listening.
I say something, you say something. Even if there's listening, it's just there's no symbiosis in what we're saying. Then it's just kind of like, okay, if I'm at a party, then and I'm trying to talk to you and that's happening, you're gonna
absolutely
or what's even better is when Joe comes in and you have a connection with Joe and I have a connection with Joe. And somehow with Joe there, you and I build a connection that was just not happening. That's beautiful. That's
we've all experienced that.
That's community, right? It's like, I don't know, this Sue person, blah blah blah. Well, but Sue does this and this, and okay, well, when you are, C.S. Lewis wrote. He was describing the death. He was in it's called the Inklings. There was a group of 4 or 5 writers at Oxford in England. It was him and J.R.R. Tolkien and some other people. And one of them died. And he wrote in one of his books, he said, when Bob died, I didn't just lose Bob. I lost the part of Marcus that Bob could see and tell me about that I don't see. And I lost the part of Sue that Bob could see that I don't see. And so that's connected.
To pick up on that.
Right.
Man, that is so brilliant.
Yeah. So, I love C.S. Lewis, love Tolkien, my 2 favorite authors.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. Connection doesn't necessarily have to, kind of the way I'm seeing, the way you explained it, it doesn't necessarily have to happen in the way that you expect it to, or that you want it to happen.
Right.
It can happen in an unexpected way, just because of, like you said, a communal factor.
Collaboration and synergy. We connect to help each other. Like, I go networking a lot, as you know.
You do, yes.
I like to make connections for other people just as well. So if you were, before we went to a networking event, told me I need to meet a realtor or a contractor, I'll be watching for those people in the room to introduce the 2 of you, and that connections happens all over the place. It's like we all have this little thin red string, right?
Yeah.
That is connecting us whether we know it or not.
Absolutely.
Find that.
I see it like little nodes on like a big board.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many of them are lighting up based on your position?
Yeah,
like that's you're saying it the way I kind of see it.
That's great.
Me learning to connect with people has been like a huge part of my journey. Trying to understand myself, how I interact with people, how people interact with people. Like, I find it all fascinating. And what I think is like true connection is when 2 people can be together and like lay down their masks.
Yeah.
And just be so present that they're not trying to perform, that I'm not trying to be who you want me to be. You're not trying to be who I want you to be. You're not worried about all the things that could go wrong. You're not worried about all the, to-do lists and tasks, but you are just here and I am just here and we are in the same moment together. And that is connection.
That is well put. And I love it. You're so right. There's something to be said about whenever you're hanging out with somebody or having a conversation with somebody and you just, for lack of a better word, the vulnerability's there, and you talk about whatever you want to talk about, and you feel like you can talk about it with that person. And it's like, it's vulnerable, but it's also like strength.
Yeah. It's liberating.
It is liberating. That's even better. Yes.
If I can show up in my truest form and you accept me, and you show up in your truest form and I accept you, like, we are free. We are free to be ourselves. Because I think at the end of the day, I help people with health, but the end goal is to like be free.
That's
right?
it.
It's to, and I think to do that, like, that's becoming your most authentic, truest self. And so when you can let down the guard for a moment, because it's hard, right?
It's very hard.
We live in a society that's trying to tell us and to be all these different things, and we put all these other constraints on ourselves of how we should be. And like every once in a while there's like a really lucid moment and everything gets dropped and you can like look in a person's eye and like, I'm present, you're present, like you can see through to a deeper level. And to me that is just like, it's those moments that
I believe every person should get to own their own experience. And I'm a humanist by nature, right? I like doing things in person, I like speaking, to groups, and I always prefer people. You try to set meetings like, well, do you want to do virtual or in person? I always prefer to do in person.
I'm so with you.
So
yes.
But I think that it's important that we let other people own their own experience, because we've kind of created a culture, a society where we're oftentimes looking to blame somebody, or we put ourselves, our own comfort level, ahead of somebody else's experience. And so I think that when you let somebody else own their own experience without judgment, you can then start to understand the human condition better.
Mm-hmm.
And you can begin to share experiences versus, you're from a background or are part of something that I disagree with. Therefore, I don't want to understand that.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Or I want to try to act like it's not real or doesn't exist, or I want to somehow say that your experience isn't real.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that regardless, my experience is real, right? And I learned that from my time in customer service. I would tell my customer service agents, like, look, the customer's not always right, but their perception is right. How they're feeling about the circumstance is the reality, whether we caused that or not.
Absolutely.
And so I take that to our social relationships, and it's like, whatever your perception is the reality. How do I allow you to have your perception? It doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't change my values. It doesn't say anything about me other than I just want to understand who you are and where you come from. If we can do that, then we can find some shared common ground, which I believe we have more shared common ground than we think we.
100%.
But we don't want to explore it because I don't really know why, but there's a feeling of threatened or fears or just a lack of understanding. A lot of it's political, a lot of it's religious, right? There's a lot of those different things that come together that make it really challenging.
Absolutely.
But if you can just say, I'm just going to take your experience for what you say it is and try to learn more about it, I promise you'll find common ground.
100%. And it's funny that you brought up the customer service thing, because it's almost like customer service, good customer service, has the answer to save the world, so to speak, right? Because it's like, what do you do when you're good at it? You listen to what they're angry about, what they're upset about. You listen to it, hear them out, like you said, let them have their experience, and then you make sure they know that you understood what they're going through. So you kind of build that little bridge to get there. And then once they've established that you've heard them, and they know that because you've repeated it to them, they're willing to listen to what you have to say.
That's right.
That's it.
I think about it on a frequency vibe.
Okay.
Like for me, it's more about the energy in the space of like, can I vibrate higher with this person? Like, what frequency are they at? Because so many of us around these folks with this low frequency, and we wonder why we're not getting nowhere. Versus for the connection is like, am I connection to my higher God, or my spiritual belief, or again the other spiritual beings that I'm trying to elevate and grow with. So that's what connection means to me, because it's deeper than race, it's deeper than gender and all these things they make it about. It's like we're humans, and it's like one day I won't be here, and I know that it's a reality check, and so I want to plan for end of life, and I do end of life planning. Like, I'm good about my decision to go across seas. Okay, I ain't gonna say I'm gonna go one of them zones, but I'm just saying I feel comfortable that if something was to happen, my family will be taken care of.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good feeling.
It is a very good feeling. Yeah, so that's what the connected, because I think that in the end, like, I want to be connected, to the people I left in this world on a good note. So when they think of me, they were like, this is something Glitter Gloria would have said. I mean, and I know nobody knows, but it's like, at least it would let me live, let me think in that way. That I don't want to leave people in my life in chaos, or you having to use GoFundMe money. Like you got your money, and as an entrepreneur, I don't know you, but I care enough about you that I don't want you using resources on something I should have taken care of as an adult.
Right.
And I'm teaching a class at one of the churches coming up about end of life, of getting your paperwork together. I'm like, just even one by one thing, like, why are you avoiding talking about it? Before you know, these people be having dementia or they never get there. And then everybody, well, they were supposed to do this and such didn't come through with a check. And it's like excuse after excuse.
Yep.
And then we don't have money for our businesses because now we're dealing with the disaster.
Yep.
We deal from somebody not wanting to pay $13 a month or even have the conversation that, hey, we know it's going to happen. We ain't talking about the method or the way, but we know
But it's going to happen.
It's going. Yeah, I was so tough with us. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Right.
And so let me plan for the win now. Go to Vegas and kick it. Feel okay. One less thing I got to think about. Like, did I do that?
Right.
I did that.
Right.
Yeah, I can clear my conscience, and actually having my plans in place, I'm more clear. I'm like, I can enjoy. Like, I don't want to think about the people I could possibly still be hurting. If I want you to miss me and grieve me, I don't want you to feel like I was a burden.
Yes, that's my thing. I don't want to burden
Yeah.
whoever's left when I'm gone.
Yeah.
I want them to just always think of me as a reason to laugh.
Yeah, for
or
real.
smile.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that.
So that's beautiful what you said. The frequencies, like, you're right. We're all on these different frequency levels, and I think it's important to match with the people that you're on the same frequency level with. And then I like how you put it. You want it to extend beyond death.
Yeah.
Like, you still want to have that connection, even when you're not here anymore.
All things is related. So
Interesting.
I think that, I think all people we're all related in some way,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Yes, we all got crazy uncles. We got whatever
Absolutely.
it may be, right?
Yeah.
But I think, and maybe this is just like, a getting older process,
Mhm.
but I think there's a genuine appreciation and love for other people.
Yes.
And when you have those things and you're seeing through that lens, you realize that everybody has a story. Like, nobody is traditionally perfect in any way. And everybody's been through their own things, and that's made them who they are today.
Mhm.
But you have the opportunity to be part of their life in some way,
Mhm.
right?
Absolutely.
And how do you plan on spending that? Do you plan on being like a road raging person? Or do you plan on being the person that's just genuinely patient, happy to meet you, helping you along your way,
Yep.
And so that's, I think, how I kind of look at it.
Very well put. I love it. Yes. I think I'm one of those people who chooses to be like, I want to help you. If I'm meeting you, I want to give you the best impression I can that, like, hey, I'm somebody who genuinely wants to see you do well.
Yeah. You care.
I care.
Yeah.
For lack
Not
of
fake care.
No, like, I actually care.
Yeah.
I like how you tied it to, like, we all have those things we can relate to, because I definitely have a lot of crazy uncles.
I think the connection still, when it comes right down to it, it's an interaction between two people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also taking into effect everything that I've got in my back end of my brain and everything got the back end of your brain.
Yep.
And we can't just look at it as
At face value.
two people face value, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like going to the doctor. I went to the doctor last week.
Uh-oh.
It was good.
Oh, okay.
But I look at my doctor and I go, he's a nice guy. And I've known him. He met him through networking.
There you go.
And just a great guy. But it's not the half hour. He does half hour appointments, which is cool. But it's not the half hour that we spent together. It's the 30 years that he's got in the business that's really made that connection unique.
That's a good way to sum up what you just said. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's where we're all going.
Yeah. It's all, so you think that it'll be more, I guess, widely considered or known that when you're making a connection with somebody, all the experience and knowledge and what they bring to the connection, that's going to be more upfront?
Yep. I think so.
What it means to me, connection, would be when you both walk away from a conversation and you feel like you've been seen and heard by the other person.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's connection.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk away and you think that person didn't really see me or hear me, then that wasn't really a connection.
Yeah, it was like a waste of time.
Yeah. And so you don't always know
Mm-hmm.
what the other person is thinking and feeling. But generally speaking, if you feel the connection, a lot of times they do too.
I think that's true.
They do too. And so for me, a big part of it is being a really good listener, being really honest, having great eye contact, making sure that you are making mental notes about what's important to this person. Because Mary Kay always taught me that we all have this big sign that says, make me feel important.
Yes.
Make me. Listen to me. I'm important. And so I've learned over the years that I love that. So I know others love that and want that. So I try to think, you know, if they talk about their dog or their grandkids or whatever it is that's close to their heart, maybe it's riding horses, I remember that and I try to bring that back up, not so that it can be a sales technique, but just because I know it's important to them, and it's again going to create that connection and that bond between us.